In a pressing call for peace, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced that the international community, including Arab nations, G7 countries, and the European Union, is advocating for a ceasefire along the Israel-Lebanon border. This comes amid Israel's rejection of a US-backed ceasefire proposal for Lebanon. Speaking to MSNBC, Blinken emphasized the global consensus on halting hostilities, highlighting the urgent need for dialogue. He is set to meet with Israeli officials later today to discuss the situation further. Meanwhile, in Gaza, an Israeli strike on a school-turned-shelter has reportedly resulted in the deaths of at least 7 individuals, including children. Civil defense rescuers reported that the attack on Al-Fallujah school in Jabalia camp was aimed at a Hamas command center, according to the Israeli military. However, the exact circumstances remain unclear, with casualties mounting amid ongoing violence that has persisted for nearly a year, drawing international concern. In Lebanon, the health ministry reported that an overnight Israeli strike in the village of Yunan killed 20 people, mostly Syrian nationals. Meanwhile, the Israeli army confirmed it had targeted Hezbollah infrastructure along the Syria-Lebanon border, aimed at disrupting weapon transfers used against Israeli civilians. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has reiterated Pakistan's unwavering support for Palestine during his meeting with President Mahmoud Abbas on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York. In a post on X, the Prime Minister strongly condemned what he called the Israeli genocide of Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank. He highlighted the destruction of mosques and churches, reiterating Pakistan's commitment to a two-state solution based on pre-1967 borders as essential for sustainable regional peace. Meanwhile, former Prime Minister Imran Khan has voiced concerns over what he believes are government attempts to extend the tenure of Chief Justice Qazi Faiz Issa. In a media address from jail, Khan hinted at growing tensions within the judiciary, accusing the government of pressuring judges and influencing judicial decisions. He expressed PTI's support for Justice Mansoor Ali Shah as the next Chief Justice and warned of protests if PTI's rally in Rawalpindi on 28 August is obstructed. In economic news, the Pakistan Stock Exchange saw a sharp drop on Thursday, with the KSE 100 index shedding nearly 600 points. Despite hitting a record high earlier in the day, the market reversed gains following foreign selling linked to FTSE rebalancing. Analysts attributed the dip to this rebalancing, which followed Pakistan's reclassification from a secondary emerging to a frontier market. The sell-off came just after the IMF approved a $7 billion bailout for Pakistan, with analysts warning that local liquidity remains tight. British police have launched an investigation into a cyber attack that displayed Islamophobic messages on Wi-Fi services at major railway stations. Passengers reported seeing these offensive messages while attempting to connect to the Wi-Fi network, prompting British Transport Police to respond swiftly. The Wi-Fi system managed by Talent was taken offline at 19 stations, including London Bridge, London Euston, Manchester Piccadilly, and Edinburgh Waverley. Tensions in the UK have heightened in recent months following a wave of anti-Muslim riots triggered by misinformation surrounding the tragic killing of 3 young girls. Police are collaborating with Network Rail to investigate this incident promptly.